Punishments. As mentioned at the beginning of the chapter, I believe you and your parents know the most about what your school needs to give you the best education possible. All across America, in government offices, around kitchen tables, and in schools, we're having conversations about what education should look and feel like and be in the 21st century. Most of the conversation focuses on what we want kids to learn and how we want kids to learn. Some focuses on the environment we want kids to learn in. One area that is fairly unique to the United States, particularly among other wealthy countries, is corporal or physical punishment in schools. More than 100 countries ban corporal punishment in schools. When I was in elementary school in Little Rock, corporal punishment, specifically paddling or spanking with a wooden board, was still legal and even encouraged when students misbehaved or stepped out of line in certain defined ways. As I learned while researching this book, corporal punishment is still legal in Arkansas if the school district approves it. In total, 19 states still allow corporal punishment. I was paddled in first grade. A boy in my class told me a certain bad word was the highest compliment anyone could ever give a teacher. I foolishly believed him and promptly walked up to my extraordinary first grade teacher, Mrs. Mitchell, and repeated the bad word with a massive grin. Mrs. Mitchell was appropriately and immediately horrified. I realized something had gone very, very wrong and frantically started apologizing. Mrs. Mitchell brought me out into the hallway and consulted with Mrs. Phillips from across the hall, another first grade teacher at Forest Park Elementary. Mrs. Mitchell then asked me why I'd said what I said, and I explained I thought it meant that she was wonderful. But I didn't tell on the little boy. I didn't want to be a tattletale. Mrs. Mitchell said she believed me because she'd never heard me say anything bad or mean before, but that she also expected me to know better than to believe everything I was told. And even though she believed me, Mrs. Mitchell told me she had to paddle me. Afterwards, I promised that next time I would ask her what a new word meant before I used it. I felt awful that day almost 30 years ago. Mrs. Mitchell was more than a teacher I revered. She was one of my favorite people. Today, Mrs. Mitchell is Dr. Mitchell and the Associate Superintendent of Elementary Education in Little Rock, and I still see her sometimes when I'm in Little Rock. I will always be grateful for the valuable lessons she taught me that day, including that not everyone always tells the truth, and sometimes people even outright lie, and that the best teachers teach us far more than just how to read, add, and subtract, though those are all important too. As is true with all aspects of this chapter and your own school, you have to decide if corporal punishment is an issue you care about, and whether or not you think it's always okay, sometimes okay, or as I do, never okay for schools and teachers to punish kids by paddling.